one of my most commented comments, opinions is, people go to my videos and they say, I'd love to be a part of this community. I'd like to collect as well, but I don't have money, and it upsets me to see this because I love fragrances, and Creed and Tom Ford and fragrances like that, they've done so much to elevate fragrances, but they've also driven up prices and caused people to think that you have to have a lot of money, and that's just not true. So I wanted to do a video, and once I started collecting them, it was very easy to find some great affordable fragrances. So I actually have 20 of them here. So this is my best 20 under 20, and I gotta sit here in this room, so I won't be spraying all of them, but let's just start. So all of these fragrances are $20 thereabouts, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more, and it does vary depending on where you get it. Some of you might go to Amazon and look these up, and they're very expensive. Don't go to Amazon, go to discounters, without further ado, let's just get into it. So first one, Blue Seduction by Antonio Banderas. Now, my original childhood fragrance. This actually was designed by the same person who made Light Blue by Dolce & Gabbana. And people said, that this was kind of the man's version of Light Blue. It's aromatic, it's floral, it's playful, it's, spring, summertime fragrance. Antonio Banderas and his fragrances are absolute sleepers. I've said this for a while, and I'll continue to say it. Antonio Banderas fragrances are awesome. The only thing that might not be the best is just the longevity. The longevity is not the best all the time, but he has such a great collection. This is another one. This is actually my most recent, and it's The Secret Game. And this guy is just, fruity, playful, but it also has some complex notes, and that's another thing. Like, has something called Seduction in Black, which is the brother, right, of Blue Seduction. And it has some black currant in it, and it develops really nicely. And I think there is sort of a misnomer that cheaper fragrances are just going to be, worse in general. As normal, why would I pay $70 or $80 for a fragrance? It should be better quality. It's not always the case. It's a lot of things. So let's get into some more, shall we? Cremo, spice, and black vanilla. As you see with a lot of these, cheaper fragrances, they cut down pricing, then cheaper bottles, just regular glass bottles, not a lot of fancy stuff. No celebrity endorsements. Cremo. Oh my gosh. Cremo and black vanilla. Spice and black vanilla. It's a cardamom. Vanilla and some earthy tones. And please, 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 please do not wear this in the summer or the spring. This is a fall, winter fragrance. Fall and winter fragrance. If you wear it in the summer, you're gonna make people sick. And that ain't no lie. Okay. Next one. Nuit. Now, I didn't know if I should include this one. By the way, that's spice and black vanilla is like $10 too. I didn't know if I should include this. When I bought it, it was $20, maybe even $18. But people hear about these fragrances, they buy them, drives up the cost. But there are still some individuals selling this for like $22, $23. So what is this? This is Armaf's version of Green Irish Tweed. Green Irish Tweed by Creed. The classic spring, almost summertime, earthy, woodsy, a little bit of fruit notes in there. Spiciness, except this has sweetness, whereas Green Irish Tweed has a aromatic spice that I don't really care for that much. I actually prefer this over Green Irish Tweed. Perfect fragrance for the spring and the summer. Wonderful fragrance. It's probably only going to get more expensive, to be honest, because it's so good. Okay. Why don't we take a break from some of these niche fragrances, and I'll show you some designer fragrances. There are even some designer fragrances out there that you can get for $20. 20 for 20. And the first one is Versace Blue Jeans. Versace's Blue Jeans. I do have one complaint about this guy, and it's the fact that it does not project, which some people might, not mind. But it's a wonderful springtime fragrance, maybe even summertime maybe even somewhat of a fall fragrance, but it does not project, and it doesn't last very long. But again, some people might like that, Not everyone's trying to make a statement. It's just fresh, it's clean, it's fruity, it's super citrusy off the off notes. It's just playful. Versace's Blue Jeans. Versace. Okay. Next designer is Hugo Boss. And this is dark blue, actually. I love this fragrance. It's got this fun little cap. This is a complex fragrance. Blue fragrances are usually fruity, floral, maybe a little woodsy, but playful. This starts off as that, but also has some more complex notes. Things that you would see in fall or even winter time, making it a very dynamic scent. Yeah. Definitely a lot of woodsiness, a little bit of aromatics, but definitely a lot of woodsiness, and some deeper notes with maybe some pepper in there as well. But Hugo Boss Dark Blue, highly recommended. It is a sleeper. Okay. I have one more designer, like super designer fragrance, and it is Davidoff. Zeno. This is one of those that you're gonna have to go and look for, because when you look for it, like on Amazon or something, like it's still like $80. Go to a discounter. Perfume Spot, Fragrance Net, Fragrance Buy, Davidoff. This is actually their flagship scent. I know everyone's heard of Cool Water, maybe not of Zeno, but Zeno is actually the name of Mr. Davidoff, who started the whole thing, and this was Johnny Depp's cologne, if that helps or hurts, I don't know. And it is beautiful, aromatic, complex, lots and lots of notes, maybe 30, 40 notes. It smells rich, Smells complex, vanilla base, warm, super warm fall winter fragrance. I've never not gotten compliments with this, which is kind of odd. It's not my most favorite fragrance, but it gets you compliments. What can you say? Okay. Those are my designer fragrances. Let's get back to it. Okay. Let's show some love to Jaguar. I saw a thread one time that said, what's your least favorite fragrance? And someone actually had the gall to say car clones. What? Jaguar, do not sleep on this fragrance. Also, Bentley for men is incredible for, I don't know what they were thinking. Jaguar. This is Jaguar Black. It has a very soapy, like almost like a sports fragrance. You have sort of bergamot in the opening, a woodsy backdrop like a cedar, maybe a little bit of patchouli in the base. It's just super fresh, super clean, orangey, citrus, really, really good executive business all year round fragrance. And you can get it for like $12-15. And it has a brother, Jaguar Gold, and this has a real herba pura vibe to it. Super fruity, super playful, super sugary, and sweet. I usually don't like yellow fragrances because they're usually overly spicy, overly aromatic. This one is not so much. This one is super, super sweet. Like $12. Again, if I could just give a complaint about it, projection is not there, and they only last for a couple of hours, which is very upsetting because they are very, very good fragrances. Next, let's show some love to Latafa. This is Fakar. Sounds like a bad word, but I don't think it is. Fakar has like these weird fish scales, and this is the clone of Y Men by YSL, and they get so close. It's honestly frightening. It's very, very frightening how close they actually get to Y Men with this. Why spend $70 or $80? Go and get this. This is $20, and you're pretty much there. What is Y Man? It's complex. It obviously, just like everything else, it has some fruity top notes, but as it develops, it just gets a little bit more complex, a little richer, a little deeper, lending itself into more of a fall fragrance. Just a little bit heavier in the base notes, being woodsy and grassy, and a little bit more earthy tones. Okay, so Fakar, Latafa. Let's see. I think I have another Latafa here. And it's not, I did not get that. I didn't bring Kamra. I guess I could have brought Kamra. Shout out to Kamra. And this is Bidet Al Oud. I really thought that this was Latafa's best line when I sampled it. And I stand by it. This one is called Sublime, and this isn't the one that I wanted on here. I wanted Honor and Glory, which is a pineapple brulee white bottle, but just like everything else, people found out it was really good, they bought it, and now it's going for almost twice as much as what I bought it for. But a couple of the fragrances and the Bidet Al Oud are still $20, and this is one of them. This is a a crisp, clean apple. It's a little bit too synthetic for me. I still use it as a stacker, layer to layer other fragrances. But if you like apple fragrances, bidet Oud Sublime, and it's still very, very affordable. That is all, but I do have some other Middle Eastern. Actually, no, it's not. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I do have some more Middle Eastern fragrances. Let me move on to one of my favorites, and it is Haramain's Detour Noir. Detour Noir. One of the funnest bottles, for sure. This is a version of Leighton by Parfums de Marly, a fragrance that will go for, what is it, up to $300 now? Something crazy. It's super citrus opening nose, but also super dynamic. It has something in the base that I can't identify, but it's a little bit floral as well. And this is one of the only fragrances that I've ever tried that I'm like, this could be a good gym cologne. Never have I said that, but it's a great gym fragrance, car fragrance. Very identifiable. And this particular fragrance, very unique, very good, very clean, very crisp. And this particular fragrance, $22, $21. And Haramain does have a better fragrance out there, a better clone of Parfums de Marly's Leighton. It's called Bleu Exclusif, and that is from their Amber Oud line, but it's $80. This gets you most of the way there. Okay, next, Maison Alhambra's Tobacco Touch. This is maybe my favorite from this list, in fact. This is a clone of Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille, except it performs better than Tobacco Vanille, and it's sweeter. I guess you could say it's more feminine, but this, I think, is my favorite clone of Tobacco Vanille. It's tobacco and vanilla are very, very prominent. Then you have a little bit of, just general notes in there as well. A little bit of floral, but they're not really distinguishable. It's pretty much just tobacco and vanilla. And Maison Alhambra as a whole, incredible. Just incredible. Nothing bad to say about Maison Alhambra, and their Tom Ford clones are on par. I bought this for $19, and I wear it. Okay. Next, Suits by Fragrance World. You used to not even be able to get this fragrance. It was so popular. Or maybe not maybe they just didn't make a lot of it. Fragrance World made the Joker's clone of Blue Electrique by YSL, and they've done some good stuff. They also, there's some questionable things like their Angel Share clone, I think, is questionable, but this is a clone of YSL's Tuxedo. I gotta spray this one. Wow. It's fruity right off the base, but it has a booziness to it. And I'll just tell you right now, I love the amber fall kind of fragrances. So I was doomed to love this one from the start, but it has a booziness and a sweetness to it, and it develops into just sophisticated. I think someone asked me one time, what do I wear to a wedding? Or, even date nights, and it's this. It Suits. It is sophisticated. It is complex. It is not as dynamic as some of the other ones, but it's just great. It is great, and I recommend it to everybody. until y'all start buying so much of it I can't find it anymore. Share the love. Alright. I should have mentioned this is in no particular order. This isn't ranked or anything. If you've been with me for any length of time whatsoever, you know that I love Guess. Oh, I could have done this in the designer lineup. Guess. This is my go-to for spring fragrances. It has a very similar lineup that you would expect to find in a lot of fragrances, just slightly different. Instead of having cedar, it has wormwood. Like, instead of having a typical bergamot, it has some sort of melon. So it follows a very similar dynamic to a lot of colognes. Very similar recipe, but it has a couple different notes that are so unique. No one's gonna smell like you, that is for sure. Gosh, I just love this. I love this fragrance so much. If you like this fragrance, go and pick up its brother too. It's got two of them, I think, and they're also really good as well. They both use the wormwood, if I'm not mistaken, but they still carry this. Actually, this is probably one of the only ones on here that you don't have to order online. They have this at Ross. Currently, as of right now, they have this at Ross, and they have it in a kit. I'm looking over right at it. It has like shaving, or not shaving, body wash in there as well. So you can go and pick that up for like $20. Love it. Guess that is the green. Guess Men Green. Down to the last 5. Okay. Let me do my last clone here. Actually, that's not 100% true, but it's true if I want it to be, right? This is Go. This is by PB Parfums Belcam. Yeah. Belcam. And this is, as you could probably guess from looking at it, this is a clone of Acqua di Gio. And it gets about 90% of the way there. C notes, summer, special, fun, fruity. Acqua di Gio, I think, has 28 notes, so there's a lot going on in Acqua di Gio. But this is, I think, a $10 fragrance, and it gets you so close. A lot of people, I don't think, want to take an expensive fragrance and put it in their car. My car scent is Burberry for men, which is, I guess, a little bit more expensive than what I like, but a lot of things can change and warp and sort of pervert a fragrance, and heat and sunlight are one of those things. So this is an excellent choice for a car fragrance that you can throw in there and not worry if there's a problem with it or if it degrades at all. So really, really good. Really good. Let's see. Next, Dunhill. I'm a big fan of Dunhill. They have versions, models of Dunhill that are pretty expensive, but this one is called Custom, Dunhill Custom. I think I bought it for $13. It is very spicy and oaky. It's masculine. It's a little smoky, but not just straight smoke. It's just boozy and masculine, and like I said, oaky, woodsy, spicy. I will say, not the greatest in terms of performance, but I do really like the profile, the scent profile of this, and definitely should pick it up if you like boozy fragrances. Okay, I have two that are from the same line, so I might as well talk about them. Armaf, Hunter. Armaf's Hunter line currently has 4 different fragrances. Hunter, which is the original. Then it has Hunter Killer. Then it has Hunter Intense. And then it has Hunter Jungle. This is Hunter. This is the original. This is very fruity and floral. This is a unisex scent, 100%. It's a little aromatic. Just imagine being hit with some sensual fragrance that's a mix between, something like a Guess or a Green Iris Tweed and, a perfume, something maybe with iris in it. Definitely a lot of floral, maybe some lilies of the valley or other flowers very prominent in this, but last forever, $20, and it's wonderful. I don't know if they beat it with any of the other ones, but this would be number 2, and this is Hunter Killer, and this is a very divisive scent because it features a note, which is tobacco, and not everybody likes tobacco. I also really like the bottles too. So, I've talked about this in other videos. This is heavily inspired by Red Tobacco by Mancera. And it doesn't really get that close, to be honest with you, because they took out that heavy tobacco presence. The tobacco's still present, don't worry. But they made it sweeter, a lot sweeter. So, there's some sugariness in here, and the fruit is more pronounced. The fruit's more pronounced and also not pronounced at all because it's indiscernible, indescribable red notes, so. But it is a wonderful, wonderful fragrance. It's my personal favorite of the Hunter line, but not everybody's probably gonna like it, so I'm not gonna say it's number 1, period. Okay, the Jungle and the Intense, I wasn't too big of a fan of. Last one. This is, I think, probably from my favorite, currently, my favorite designer, fragrance designer, and it is Halloween. And this particular one is the only one in the $20 range that they have. It is Rock On. And what is his name? Pierre Bordeaux. I can't remember. It's not on here. But Halloween is an incredible, incredible fragrance line, fragrance designer, and this is Rock On. This particular fragrance boasts an incredible pungent fruitiness right off the bat. Very playful, very energetic, very lively. And Halloween fragrances perform. Maybe I should say that differently. Their sillage, their projection is wonderful. Performance and as it lasts. Maybe not as much, but projection is absolutely incredible, and this is your opportunity to get some of that Halloween DNA for $20, and all of them have this sort of projection ability, so it smells like a much more expensive fragrance. Okay, that's all 20, so. What about I do a top 5 for you? I've given you 20. If you say, I want to go out and get some of these right now, what would I recommend? I'm going to give you what I would recommend, not necessarily my favorites. So, top 5. I'll go from 5 down. So, 5 down. 5 down would definitely be Go. I just think you gotta have some form of Aqua de Gio. And it just makes such a good car cologne. If you don't like it, you're out $9. I mean, to me, it's an absolute no-brainer. speaking of no-brainers, I gotta go with Fakar for number 4. I mean, it's basically Why Men, which is a phenomenal, phenomenal fragrance. One of the best fragrances I think ever made. So I gotta go with Fakar for number 4. And then as I'm looking down the line, I want to pick something that I think is going to be a signature scent, and that would definitely be Oud Noir by Haramain. This is a signature fragrance. This is different. This is playful. This is exciting, but nobody is going to be wearing that, making you very, very unique. Whereas other people are going to be wearing Aqua de Gio, probably, and Why Men. So, food for thought. My number 2 is going to be a tie between Zeno and Hunter Killer. I think every person needs a very complex, fall, nighttime sort of fragrance, and that's what these are. They're not for all day, every day, but they are for making you stand out a little bit, and, just pick. Do you like vanilla, or do you like tobacco? And then if you like tobacco, Hunter Killer. If you like vanilla, then there's Zeno. And then my number 1, I think, this is difficult. I'm going to give you a choice. If you like vanilla and you like sweetness, it's Tobacco Touch all day, every day. But if you like playfulness, and if you like adaptability, and you like dynamics, and the ability to wear something more year-round, Nuit by Armaf. One spray, and you'll project, and it'll last you for 8 hours. Armaf does an incredible job with that, so I think those would be my 2 recommendations out of all of these. And then, top 5. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Like I said, I'd really just want to break down what people think about fragrances, and you don't have to have thousands of dollars to get into the game. If you have $60 or $70, you can pick up 3 or 4 of these fragrances here. Amazing fragrances that I wear. I can tell you, I have worn Fakar, Detour Noir, Nuit, Hunter Killer, Zeno, Suits, Dunhill, Hugo Boss, Guess, Tobacco Touch. I mean, half of these I wear fairly regularly. So, thank you everybody, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.